Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Big Ball Vlogs. I do reviews, news, everyday vlogging, and every once in a while I'll do a tutorial. If this video is educational or somewhat entertaining, please consider smashing that like button and maybe subscribe to the channel for new videos when I post it. So today, I'm switching gears just for a day, and I have to because I tried to do my follow-up video on the, our final video on the DJI Mavic Air 2, and I accidentally shot it in 360. So I don't have the software to edit 360 videos, so I'm going to take a break and I'm going to give you kind of an unboxing review of a new product that I think may be the best buy for a 3-axis cell phone stabilizer for the year 2020 when it comes to cost, features, and quality. Last year I picked this up, and this was the Hohem iSteady Multi. Now I bought this because I had, pretty much sold all of my other stabilizers for reasons like the Crane M2, just didn't use it. The Smooth Q, just didn't use it anymore after I bought the Smooth 4, and the Smooth 4 I had to sell because when I got this big, massive Note 10 Plus, it wouldn't balance because it had one of those balancing systems where the phone butted up against the motor, and this phone is so long it wouldn't balance it out. It costs less. It seems like it has similar features. I bought it, I liked it, but I put it in the closet and never did a review on it because, again, I thought, gimbals were starting to fade out because everything was, kind of self-stabilized. Fast forward to today, I was, browsing through Amazon, and I saw that Xiaoyun came out with another 2-axis stabilizer that costs like $50 or $60. As I was scrolling through some of the other products on Amazon, I came across this newest product from Hohem, and I think that's how you Hohem. It's pronounced, I think it's pronounced Hohem. It's H-O-H-E-M, and this is the Hohem iSteady X. And the iSteady X kind of reminded me of, in form factor, to the Smooth Q2 that I passed on, which was about $200, and I was like, hey, I don't really need another cell phone stabilizer. When I got the Multi, if I need a stabilizer, I got the Multi. But here's the kicker. Out of all the specs and what I've seen this thing can do, it only costs $60. This has got to be the best buy for a cell phone stabilizer that you're going to get, not only for 2020, actually from 2019, because I paid more than that for every stabilizer that I've ever owned. In fact, there is a $10 coupon where you can get an additional $10 off of this. So, couldn't do the unboxing because I wanted to get into it to make sure that I wasn't getting, ripped off here for some, what do they say? It's too good to be true type of deal. And I cut into the box to see what I got. So in the box you get this felt bag here for storage. You get, which is pretty freaking cool, you get a USB-C charger with this. The previous version didn't have USB-C. It had the older style USB plugs like the mini USB and the original micro USB. And I thought, it was a little bit dated. But yes, this product has USB-C. You get a tripod for maybe, standing this up on the table. We'll get into that in a second, or using it for additional length. And you get a lanyard. So that's what you get in the box. The box is pretty cool. Not much to it, but this box that kind of slides into the sleeve, and that was what the package looked like with an additional wrap around the outside. Let's take a quick look at the quality on this, and I'll get this up nice and close to the camera so you can see what this is. Again, this is a palm-sized stabilizer. I do not know how long the battery will last. That will come, I will get that information after using it. I never really use a stabilizer for the full length of the battery, but what I do know is on this particular version, you don't have the ability to charge a phone or device. But again, it's $60, so I'm not going to complain about that. And sorry about the hunting. I'll try to keep that in frame. You get a device that's got a decent fit and finish. Look at that finish on the front. It's got like metallized, it looks like a brushed metallized finish here, but the rest seems to be mostly plastic, except for, of course, the 1/4 screw on the bottom. The button seems to be metallized, or at least some type of anodized or etched plastic, which looks very nice. Everything looks very clean on this. I'll rotate it around for you. Even the back, the finish, the top, you have another metallized surface there. And everything is locked down right now in its lock position. So you have a locking mechanism here, you got a locking mechanism here which locks down this axis, and then you have another locking mechanism here which locks down this axis for what they say you could use this in as a desktop tripod, where you put your cell phone in it and pretty much just rotate this around so it's holding the phone out toward you, and lock everything down and put it into what they call hold mode, where all the motors aren't working, and then use it as a desktop stabilizer, or actually a desktop tripod. So with that said, let's just fold it out real quick to show you how this kind of unfolds, and hopefully I can get it right this time on the first try. The crazy thing about these stabilizers is you got to make sure that you got all the motors in the right orientation so that they're not all the way rotated around, so that when you turn it on it locks up. And I've never had a stabilizer that I can kind of get right the first time, so I might come up with a video on how to make that easier by putting little markers on how to do this. But what you do on this one is simply unclamp this. Actually, let's start here. So what we're going to do is we're going to unclamp this right here in the back, this screw. You got 2 tactile clicks, and then you lock it back down. After you lock it back down, you want to make sure everything is unlocked. So we're going to unlock the roll motor from the base, and everything else should be unlocked. And I've done this a couple times and locked this freaking axis down somehow like that. Don't know how I did it, but right now everything is unlocked, and I'm hoping it will stay that way so that I can get this thing started up. And it is as easy as taking your cell phone, and again, I have this big heavy Note 10 Plus, and following the instructions, it says put your camera in with the camera facing to the left. I'll find my camera facing to the left. I'm going to hold it like this, try to find the center point, and I am going to see if I got a good balance. And I think I'm pretty good right there. And if everything is unlocked and the balance is good, you should actually be doing this side on a flat surface so that it kind of gets you a good calibration. But I'm going to power this up, and you're going to get the beeps that said it's good to go. And there you go. I'm in. And I've already got the app up and running right now because it was running and I forgot to turn it off. But I'll give it a second to connect to the Bluetooth, and then what I'll do is I'll go through the features and show you what this thing can do for $60. So give me a second. Let me put the tripod in the bottom here, and because I'm shooting here on the edge of this couch, it's probably going to be a little bit low, a little bit too high. Oh no, that's actually good framing. So let me start the screen recording just in case you can't see what's going on. Give me a second. Screen recording. Let's start. Let's go. Give me a calibrator sync. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so right now I am in screen recording, and I'm going to show you some of the features that this has through the settings. And you know, after getting it up and running and playing with it for a while, I'll do an outdoor demo of it. But first of all, it is up and running. As you can see, everything is stabilized right now, and everything is rolling. All the motors are rolling. We're going to go into the settings real quick to show you what you get when you go into the settings. In the settings, we have a couple different selections here at the top. We have something that looks like a cell phone, and that's going to give us our resolutions. Now, this will shoot up to 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080 at 30 frames per second, and 720 at 30 frames per second. So I don't see anything that kind of allows you to shoot slow motion video. But if it were me, I'm probably not going to use this app. I'm probably going to use my normal cell phone app because I like the camera app on the Note 10 Plus. It gives me pro mode and allows me to do some of the things. But there are some things that you probably want to do with this, like this can do time lapse or motion lapse probably. Haven't tested it yet to see if it works, but that'll come to you in the next video. So let's go to the next feature down, and that's the gimbal settings. And if we go into that, we have a couple different features here that I can scroll through. And the first one is how to control the actual modes of the camera. So the first one, it says, you can't see, this is super small. It says for pan, tilt, follow, what you would do is just hold down the you would hold down the shutter button and then click the power button once. For pan follow, you would hold down the shutter button and click the power button twice. For all lock, you would do the same thing and click it 3 times. And for POV, or that drone style mode, to give you those like alternate, like, you know, bendy, you know, warp type shots where you're kind of on an angle, you hold it down and click it 4 times. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to go back 1, and then you get a whole list of other features that you can kind of go in here and adjust. So you can adjust the modes which we just went through. You can adjust the follow speeds. You can adjust the motor response or sensitivity. Something that says roll auto rotation. Don't know what that is. I got to look that up. You got left right joystick to kind of determine how the joystick's going to move when you push left or right. And you got, you know, all the other settings to kind of give you, you know, fine tuning on the smoothness of the gimbal. I like to turn my stuff down all the way so that's super smooth. You know, if you make a mistake and move it, it doesn't whip around. I like it super smooth. And if it looks too slow in post, I just speed it up with you know, with the software, with the editing software. So after we go there, you go to the last one, and then finally all you have here is just your device information that pretty much tells you what versions, firmware and software you're using. So we're going to go back to the main screen again. If you look at the main screen, what you see here, and I'll tilt down a little bit so you don't get that window in the back, what you see are all the different modes that you have on the main screen of the app. First one is using the flash. First of all, top left is the house, which means home. The next one down is the lightning bolt, which is the flash if you need it. Turns that on. I usually keep the flash off. The next one is reversing the camera. So as you can see, it's reversed now. There you go. Turn it back the other way. And then here's a very cool feature which I absolutely love about this app, and it is the facial tracking feature. So you don't have to be behind the camera or have somebody behind the camera and say, hey, select me for tracking. This has facial tracking on it. So all you have to do is turn on facial tracking and step in front of it, and it's going to find your face. And to show you that this works, it may work, it may not work. I'm going to use my little travel pillow that my girlfriend got for me from all my different travels. And I'm going to see if it actually picks up my face on one of my Instagram photos there. With the camel. So let's click facial tracking, turn it on, and boom, it picked it up just like that. Even with the sunglasses on, it picked up facial tracking. So if you move this around, as you can see, it will follow you if you want to have your own cameraman. And I love this for 60 bucks. I mean, the app on this was one of the surprising things that I noticed about this whole setup here. The app was pretty well tuned for a $60 gimbal and a $120 or $130 gimbal that I purchased previously. Now this is the second generation of this app. This is called the Pro version, where the other one was called Hohem. This is called Hohem Pro. Down here you have on the bottom, I'm pointing to it here, but on screen you'll see a Z and an F. So the Z, if I tap on that, that is for the zoom feature. The zoom is not that smooth, but as most photographers will tell you, you zoom with your feet, not with the actual actually, I got to come out of that. They say you zoom with your feet, not with your actual zoom, unless you're doing telephoto. So with this, there you go. I had to click on it. So now actually I clicked on focus. So I'm gonna just get that working real quick. I'm not sure why it's not working, but let's try it again. I think I'm connected through Bluetooth. Let's see. See if I'm connected through Bluetooth. It's not work. Oh, nope, it's not working because I'm not connected through Bluetooth. So I'm gonna go home real quick, and I gotta make sure I'm connected. So let's see if I'm connected. No, I am connected. Okay, so now I'm connected, and now it says connect. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, get out of this. Hit connect. Maybe I wasn't connected before. Now I'm connected. Hopefully. Okay, now I'm connected because now I just got that chime that tells me that it's working. So now if I go back and I click on the zoom feature, or actually now I'm in focus. So I'm going to use the focus, and as you can see, the focus is slowly creeping up, and you get those focus effects. So if you want to do those, you know, smooth focus ins, you can do that. And then if you want to use the zoom, like I was saying, I don't usually use zoom a lot. It's very steppy, so I probably wouldn't use it. I don't even use it on the phone by itself. I'm sorry, I'm not in the camera frame, but you're probably looking at the screen recording now. So very steppy zoom, but I love the focus effect on that. That was something that I would use for the with the Smooth 4 and the Filmic Pro. I used to love the focus effect that you can kind of like be filming something and kind of go out of focus first and then kind of come in on it and get that like smooth, you know, like milky, like I guess transition in. So focus effect works. And if we go over here, they have a thing called moments, and I'm not sure what that is, but here is some, I guess, examples of what it can do. Not sure how it does the inception mode, but you got inception, you got panoramic video. Let's look at that one real quick. It's actually not changing. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to go back, but you have this thing called moments. I'm not sure how that works, but I'll go in and figure that out by the next video. You have the ability to tap on the screen to change from video to photo, but you can also do it by clicking on the button on the handle here. So if I click that twice, it'll change it to photo. If I click it once, take a photo. Click it twice again, change it to video. And there is the ability to shoot time lapse. So if we go into the time lapse, I'm assuming that once you hit the shutter button, it will shoot time lapse. And it looks like it's just regular time lapse. It doesn't look like it's motion time lapse. I don't have any options of how to do a motion time lapse here, but I know I could do it on the previous version. That might be something that comes to you in a firmware update, not sure. But again, for 60 bucks, I am not complaining because you get a lot out of this right now. Oh, and I forgot, you also get the ability to change the color profile. So you get those Instagram, Snapchat style filters. So very cool device. Again, I like it for 60 bucks. It is probably, again, one of the best handheld stabilizers for a cell phone that you're going to get for 2020, and I will leave a link to this in the description below, and stay tuned if you want to see, you know, some setup videos and some full-on demonstration videos. So hey, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel. I will see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.